saith the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
A soft place to fall. Yeah, a soft place to fall.
We talk about a feel God song of the day. Well, I've got a catalog filled with them. Songs that bring hope and healing and love and peace and joy. All of the wonderful things found in music. Welcome to another edition of A Soft Place to Fall. I'm not a preacher, pastor, or therapist. I'm your host, Kerwin Fealing, here to take the journey with you to find your soft place to fall. We're excited today to be joined for conversation on the couch with gospel music royalty, Melvin Williams. We'll talk about all the wonderful things that music can do for you and how you can find your soft place to fall. But for now, here's how I'm feeling. God, put an end to evil. Avenging God, show your colors. Judge of the earth, take your stand. Throw the book at the arrogant. Oh God, the wicked get away with murder. How long will you let this go on? They brag and boast and crow about their crimes. They walk all over your people, God. Exploit and abuse your precious people. They take out anyone who gets in their way. If they can't use them, they kill them. They think God isn't looking. Jacob's God is out to lunch.
A soft place to fall.
Well, welcome to another exciting edition of A Soft Place to Fall. Today I'm kind of containing my excitement because I'm joined here for conversation on the couch with what I consider gospel music royalty. And when I introduce him, you'll have to agree. It is such a joy and a pleasure to be joined here on A Soft Place to Fall with my brother in Christ, the incredible, dynamic Melvin Williams.
Good to be here. I'm glad to be a part of this, man.
This
I love it.
is such an honor to have you join us here. And we're just going to thank God for your presence and everything that you've done throughout the course of the years. And so for anybody that's been living under a rock, you might want to just kind of tell everybody who you are and how it came to be.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me as a part of this. I love the title, A Soft Place to Fall, man, because a lot of people they've fallen in hard places. But yeah. I'm Melvin Williams, one of the Williams brothers. When they claim me.
Which better be often if they got any kind of sense. You have done such incredible things. I've been following your ministry down through the years, and I know that there had to have been some incredible challenges along the way.
Oh yeah.
But it has brought you to such a point where you've traveled globally and had an opportunity to minister in music to so many people. Tell us some of the most incredible moments in this dynamic career of yours.
Wow, man. I've got quite a few, but man, I guess the latest one would be when I had a chance to go to the White House with my brother Doug, invited by the incredible Queen of Soul, late Aretha Franklin, man, and to be her special guest honoring President Barack Obama and Michelle, man. So that was it was like a dream come true, man. She called up one day and said, Mel, she called me Mel and I called her Queen.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I've been invited back to the White House and I want to know if you and Doug would be interested in being my special guest. I'm like, Queen, do you really have to ask me that? She said, well, I don't know. They don't pay no money now. They are very special. They feel like you wanted to be there. I said, well, I am. He said, well, what about Doug? I said, I'm overriding Doug. We going, man. And that was one, man. But I think the other incredible thing for me in the long run over my career and Williams Brothers' career is that I've been able to make some incredible relationships and friends, including yourself, man, because this is not just the beginning for us, y'all. Been knowing this cat a long time. So just to be able to build those bridges and have those relationships with the likes of Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and Al Green, all of the legendary gospel and a lot of the R&B artists across America, man. So that is just like incredible to me, man. And to share the stage with most of them. People like Chaka Khan, James Taylor, and it's incredible. Steve Winwood and some of the incredible producers, man. So I'm just a little country boy, still trying to share the word of God, man.
And you do it so incredibly. I can go way back during some very difficult times, and we'll talk a little bit about difficult times because, like everybody, I'm sure that you experienced them. And I kind of labeled things as a soft place to fall, but your music has been a source of resilience and restoration for myself and a lot of other people. I'm going to share something with you. Prayer changes things.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When I started out in gospel radio decades ago, there was some difficult times along the way, and that song ministered to me so deeply. And thank you for it.
Yeah, that was about going through divorce when I wrote it.
Well, they say out of the worst situations come some of the great.
I never will
songs.
forget it, man. It was the last song that we finished when we did. We was recording the album in Chicago, and I was sitting on the floor at the hotel across from the studio. And as a matter of fact, it was the very first album that we did on BlackBerry recording, and it was nominated for a Grammy. This Is Your Night album, and back to Prayer Made the Difference was one of the last songs. Man. So it kind of hit me too. So
So that is a prime example. It probably wasn't labeled as such a soft place to fall, but during the divorce and other challenging times, it seems that music is one of your avenues of escape.
Man, music is it's always been a pillar, a soft place to land, as you could say, man, because God has blessed us and myself and Doug able to write songs that people can relate to and identify with throughout any situations, and that's what we've always thrived on. I think that's why our music has lasted through generations and generations, because we just try to write songs about what people are going through and whatever the situations are, during that time, and so people can grasp hold to that, and that's been our sort of our formula. Is not just, and then at the same time write about self-experiences, and it comes across true and authentic the way it should be.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When we come back, I'm going to kind of throw the ball in your court, because I'm going to talk about two of my most favorite instruments.
All right,
We'll
all
get
right,
to that.
all right,
But yeah, I
all
am
right.
just still so excited.
He's setting me up, y'all. He's setting me up.
him
Okay.
I'm gonna get you. I am so delighted to be talking with my good friend, my brother in Christ, Brother Melvin Williams, right here on the Soft Place of Fall. Are you covered, protected, and prepared? Don't you want to ease your mind by having the confidence that when the time comes, you and your loved ones are protected and insured? It's as easy as picking up the phone and calling licensed life agent Enidra Wells, 225-936-6017. With care and compassion, Enidra will walk you through the entire process of having you and your loved ones covered, protected, and prepared. No exams. Most pre-existing diagnoses are covered. No special requirements. So call today, 225-936-6017, and have the assurance of insurance.
A soft place to fall.
We're back here on a Soft Place of Fall having conversation with the incredible Melvin Williams. Now, we talked about, right before the break, I mentioned two of my favorite instruments.
Okay.
The acoustic guitar
Okay.
and your voice.
Whoa. Oh.
You didn't see that one coming.
Man, yeah, my voice has got me in a lot of places in trouble. So go ahead.
I can only imagine. But let's talk about that acoustic guitar, if you don't mind. I even brought one. I didn't bring it out,
Really?
but I was going to kind of surprise you. I don't know how to play it. I happen to have one.
Shame on you, man. Shame on you. Oh, he might have bought it for me. Hey, but anyway, the acoustic guitar, man, I really picked it up in the latter part of my career. Actually, and I bought one just to play around, to write songs, and never dreamt that I would be playing it and doing it in concerts, doing my acoustic concerts, which I'm doing now. It's preserving traditional gospel music, and I'm doing it really like raw and uncut and like stripped down, singing old stuff, the old oldies but goodies, and so, you know, with the Williams brothers, I played the guitar starting out for years, and after I started being out more front lead singing, and after the third song, I would put it down anyway, you know, and I'm like, okay, we gonna get a guitar player, you know. So after that, I just stopped playing altogether for about 25 years.
Wow.
Yes, other than just trying to write songs for a group, and I stopped playing, man, and like 12 years ago, Bridget, you know, we had talked about I talked to her about preserving traditional gospel, and she found this program with the United States. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but anyway, but they was the show and the government really. They send groups of all genres all across over the world, and she asked me did I want to be a part of it, and I said, what is it about? She said, well, you know, you say you want to preserve traditional gospel music, and you can pick a place you want to go, and they got Africa, they got this place, they got that place, they got Russia. I said, I want to go to Africa, South Africa. And she came back and went, somebody got that one. What's left? She said, we can go to Russia. Russia? But at the time, you know, a lot of this stuff wasn't going on there. So, long story short, we ended up doing that, and she said, well, here's the kicker. You can't already be on a national recording artist. I said, what? I said, well, what are you talking to me about this for then? She said, we're going to have to change the name and get another name, a group name. And I, So we ended up with the Melvin Williams group, you know, to go over so we can be able to join that program. And then she said, the other thing, you got to do a 20-minute to 30-minute set as audition. I'm like, what? I've been singing like 40 years, now I got to do an audition? Like what? She said, yes, get off your high horses and you need to do an audition. So we put together a 20, 30 minute set audition with my guitar player, Castro Coleman, you know, highly favored Mississippi, and Andre Tate, which sings with us now. And we did an audition in New Orleans, man, and with all acoustic. We two acoustic guitar and percussion, and then matter of fact, my manager Bridget, she started playing percussion and singing. So we get here, man. We sitting out in the table, you know, like 4 or 5 different judges, you know, because they had to pick them and they choose. And they'll let you know in 2 or 3 weeks later, did you make it? I'm like, did I make it? But anyway, we got down to cooling water, and we was playing the acoustic, and they looked at me and said, I knew that was you. I said, but it's not the same name though, baby. And they ended up picking us, man. So long story short, I had to pick up my guitar, acoustic guitar, and start trying to learn how to play pretty much all over again, because my coordination was bad, my fingers was soft, and you know, they wasn't used to playing the guitar for like an hour show and stuff like that. So I practiced like a month, you know, and putting the show together, man. That way we ended up doing that tour, man, the Russia tour, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, over like 5 weeks, man. And they loved it, man. Wasn't many of us at the end.
I can only imagine.
But then your other question was, what now was my voice? I don't know, man. I don't know. I always consider myself, I sang like Louis Armstrong or somebody. But
still an incredible instrument.
But coming up, I've had all kind of, I took all kind of voice lessons. A lot of people don't know the history of that. My brother did, Leonard as well. I started in the 4th grade singing in the high school choir with my brother Frank, the late Frank Williams and Leonard. And I was singing alto. By the time I reached college, I was singing bass. So we did, you know, old Negro spirituals, classical, jazz, gospel, the whole 9 yards. And so vocally, I was getting trained in all of those fields for vocals, and at the same time, I'm coming up listening to people like Otis Redding, James Brown, you know, the Temptations, Aretha Franklin. See, that a lot of the oldies people don't know about. Jackie Wilson, you know what I'm saying? So and you know, even on the countryside, Dolly Parton, Charlie Pride, and all of those, man.
So there's never been a genre of music that you haven't.
No, yeah, and I love some of all of them, man. And then it got to the hip hop and stuff, and I was like, what is this? You know, and then I started, okay, let me see, can I rap? Then I'm like, okay, buddy, it's a real art to this, you know. They're not just doing something, you know. This is real, and it's authentic, and I just kind of studied a little bit from Ron DMC and all of them, the back in the day, and I'm like, man, this is and somebody made the comment and said, this is a fad, it's going to be gone in 4 or 5 years. Man, it's the biggest thing in the music industry in the last probably 20 years. And man, you know, the hip hop and rap music, man, and it was just because it was picked up by, you know, people of all genres, people of all, black, white, whatever. So man, my voice, it just kind of like, I tried to sing like this person. I fell in love with Donny Hathaway, Aretha Franklin, OJ. That's why you do me. I got that from Eddie Levert, you know, some Stevie Wonder all up in there, Sam Cooke, and then my brothers, the Jackson Southern Airs, man, the Dixie Hummingbirds, all those groups, man. I just grab what I could, man.
Well, whatever you grabbed,
vocally, man.
It worked.
So that's what it is. But the bad thing about it, you know, like now, man, it's like, I don't know if it's bad or good. It might be good. but I can be talking like in a restaurant or a grocery store, and people be behind me and they like, that sounds like Melvin Williams. I'm not singing, I'm talking. You know my voice talking. Nah, I can't get away nowhere, man. But that's it.
We'll talk a little bit more, just a little bit more about the voice.
Yeah, because I want to know, when we come back, I want to know about that feather you got in your hand. But anyway, but go ahead.
We're going to talk about the feather and a whole lot more when we return right here on A Soft Place to Fall.
A soft place to fall.
We're back here on A Soft Place to Fall with the incredible Melvin Williams.
We back with him.
You were asking about these feathers.
This feather, man. I see you've been there. Like you've been doing this ever since we started.
Yeah, and this is probably going to become a mainstay for me.
Some turkey, a chicken, a bird, or something going to be mad with you.
Not necessarily. 'Cause see, what happened is, when you think of a soft place to fall, the first thing that comes to people's mind are feathers.
A feather is as soft as
and these feathers literally have been falling since we've been out here.
Wow,
And
that's incredible.
we just call it confirmation.
Yeah, confirmation.
How about that? We've talked a whole lot
that
about
picture.
We'll talk about that picture.
Yeah. That's incredible. Now we can go ahead on.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that perhaps off camera. So I want to get as much out of you as I can. And so we would be remiss. We know that some of the greatest songs, we talked about that already, some of the greatest songs come out of the greatest pain, this pandemic.
Yeah.
How in the name of everything sacred did you deal with that? I know you,
it was
used to being on tour and going
terrible,
places.
man. It was terrible, man. And staying at home and had to mask up and still do it. I still do. Wash my hands, social distance. But when it first came, man, it was just so many of my friends and fellow, musicians and artists that was pastors that were dying from COVID-19. My manager's father, Bridget, her father died from COVID-19 and, complications. And it was just, man, incredibly sad. And you just, they were telling you to stay at home, and I'm trying to do my best. And then they made it so political and with the mask down and the shots, and people, they don't know what to get the shot, not to get the shot. But I had to come to the realization that most of you people, especially the people of color, you don't know what's in an aspirin. So what are you tripping about? You had to take shots for flu, you take medicine for cold, you take medicine for high blood pressure, low blood pressure, and you don't know what's in. You don't even know what's in the food that we're eating now. So, you go to a factory, man, a chicken plant. 1 week they're little bitties, and next week you can almost put them on the table. So with all the steroids and stuff. So come on, but it was devastating, and it still is. And I encourage everybody to get their shots, man, because it's that's the only way we're going to get through this. And me staying at home and not singing, I think we did like five events since the pandemic, and that's been over a year and a half. And we just really want to get them to start back in 2022 with the Williams Brothers tour. Nothing But the Hits tour, and I think that's going to be really something exciting for the fans and for the people, and just to give back what God has given us, man, over all these hits, man, and great songs, and like we were talking about it at first, like Cooling Water, Another Blessing, Still Here, Living Testimony, Jesus will Fix It, Waiting on Jesus, Won't Let Go of My Faith. I'm trying to just go down the line real quick. Prayer Made the Difference on yours, and one of my favorites was Never Seen Your Face, featuring Marvin Winans, and so it's just incredible, man. And so we're looking forward to that, and just so people can have a night with the Williams Brothers, and it's going to be on all of the Facebook pages. My Facebook page is Williams Brothers, and they can go and check it out on Instagram and follow me on Instagram, and Facebook, and Twitter. Because we're gonna be shooting it out there, man, and letting them know. So y'all get ready for that tour. We bringing it. We coming hard in the paint with the Williams brothers. Yes,
And
we're gonna do it hard in the paint.
we literally cannot wait.
Oh man,
I
yeah.
tell you, you went down that list of songs in the repertoire.
I missed a lot of it. I'm just nobody sweep around.
Sweep
See
around
what I'm
your
saying?
own
I'm just
front
still
door.
thinking of it.
Yeah,
Man.
y'all heard that one, sweep around your own front door.
I'm just nobody else, man. So man, it's incredible, and but Karen, and through all this whole thing, and hopefully we'll be able to connect with a lot of the friends and the artists that we've made friends with and met over the years, because we've met some incredible artists, man. So and recorded with we've got a yellow pad, man, and it took me two sheets, man, two pages, and going down each side on 2 pages almost. We were naming the artists that we've either recorded, shared the stage with, or a TV show, and it's over 100, man. It's over 100, man. I'm like, and even somebody called me, text me on Facebook and said, because we did the concert CD, we had Bishop Carlton Pearson and Prophetess Juanita Bynum and the K&K Mine. And I had forgot all of that. They said, you didn't mention Carlton Pearson and Bishop. I said, oh my God, yeah. So it's incredible.
You've had such an incredible, and it continues, such an incredible career, and you've blessed so many people. The Williams brothers, I'm sure you don't know how many lives you have touched and how many soft places you have provided.
Well, man, God, somebody told me once that, we was talking about winning a Grammy and this and that and the other, and they was like, man, it's not the accolades, man. Y'all got more accolades than you really know. He said, if God really opened your heart and showed you, or your mind, and showed you how many millions of people across the world you're blessed, you wouldn't be able to take it. You wouldn't be able to comprehend that. So that's why he keeps you on that path of like, maybe I might win a Grammy one day, or maybe I might win this one day. So he keeps you striving. Yeah, I think the group is 5, 6 times, and I've been nominated for one, and Doug has been nominated for one. Matter of fact, I was nominated for my first album, Back to the Cross.
Well, I'm going to speak personally for everyone, and thank you for the many years that you provided without knowing it, a soft place to fall, and for coming here and sharing with me on today.
Man, I want to thank you, man, for having me, but also thank you because this is not the first round with this young gentleman here. You've been supporting me and the Williams brothers and this music for a long time, and many years on the radio and stuff. So trust me, I don't take it lightly, and I don't take it for granted, man. So I just want y'all to know, y'all got to continue to support this television soft place to land, because you don't want to land on nothing hard, for sure. I just love that title, man. I love it.
Thank you so much.
That sounds like a song, man. That sounds like a song,
yeah,
you know?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to have you back. And, indeed, it has been an honor and a privilege to have you join us here on the Soft Place.
Yeah, just let me say, for bookings, you can contact Bridget Fleury at 414-699-8357. That's 414-699-8357. That's for bookings for the Williams Brothers, myself, the Williams Brothers Nothing But the Hits tour. Yes.
And she
coming
is
at you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Man.
Thank you once again.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right, I'll be back to wrap things up right here on the Soft Place to Fall.
A soft place to fall.
Remember when you were a child and you did something you weren't supposed to do, and your siblings would say, "I'm gonna tell on you." Well, this is perhaps one of my most favorite features of this show. It's called "I'm Gonna Tell God on You." I'm gonna tell Him to bless you. A lot of times there are people working behind the scenes doing incredible things and not getting a whole lot of notice. One individual comes to mind when I think of this. When I was asked to do this show, I ran into a friend of mine we had met years ago. We worked on a few projects together. And then we kind of parted ways for some strange reason, but by the grace of God, I ran into her right after the conception of the show. I told her about the vision and she grasped hold of it and put so much of her time and energy and talents into it. Incredible. She is one who has such a passion for not only the things that she works on and the things that she does, but her passion for God is undeniable. And for that reason, you need your wellness. I'm going to tell God on you. Now, if you have someone you'd like for me to tattle on, why don't you contact me at asoftplace@yahoo.com and I'll tattle on them and tell God.
A soft place to fall.
Well, we've just wrapped up another incredible episode of A Soft Place to Fall. We want to thank, I call it gospel royalty, Melvin Williams, for coming and joining us here for Conversations on the Couch. We know that music has been and shall be a universal language that many find comfort and restoration, a soft place to fall. So if you're ever in a jam and things have gotten a little crazy, go find you some good music. Turn it up real loud and enjoy the shifting in the atmosphere. Don't worry about what it looks like, sounds like, feels like. Remember, there's brighter days coming. Trouble don't last always. Keep pressing toward the mark of the high calling, which is in Christ Jesus. Don't worry about how many mountains you've climbed, how many goals you have successfully achieved, how many initials you have earned at the back of your name are added there for your convenience. Only what you do for Christ will last. Find your soft place to fall.
A soft place to fall. A soft